Hey guys, so I wanted to talk about something I have noticed over the last few years, and especially during quarantine. And what I've noticed is that we as a society put so much value into this idea that we have to be productive all the time. Like, I don't even think saying we put a lot of value. It's more like we're obsessed. We're obsessed with constantly being productive, constantly being 100%, like at work, that we have to be doing our best, whatever task we get at work, we have to be 100%, and basically being like perfect. And like we've been taught in society that like we're have to be perfect, like we're some kind of robots or machines or something. And then I've also noticed a lot that we kind of have this idea that we have to be productive all the time. Like, even if we're not at work, it's like any free time we have, it's like, we feel the need to fill that free time with as much activity as possible. Like, we constantly have to learn, we constantly have to do this, you have to learn some kind of activity, learn something new, learn this, learn that, make sure you're doing something, move, keep learning, keep growing, keep growing, keep growing. And like, while it is important to learn and grow as a person, and like, I completely agree with that, and I think, if you've like scheduled things that make you feel happy in a day or like in a week, that's important, and it's very helpful for your mental health and things like that. I also think it's so completely unhealthy that we have this idea that sitting still and doing nothing means like we're lazy or that it's wrong or something, because it's so vital for our mental health and our physical health that we like sit still and do nothing. And when I say sit still and do nothing, I mean that could be anything from like, you're sitting, I don't know, you're sitting in your room, and if you have a window in your room, look outside the window. You don't have to get up from your bed. Just sit on your bed, look outside. If you feel tired, don't push yourself, like, like mentally exhausted. If you feel mentally exhausted, you had a really stressful day at work, or even if you didn't have a stressful day at work, let's just say you feel tired by the end of the day. When you come home, you're really tired, like, allow yourself to recharge. And I think that's one of biggest, like, the biggest tools that we can use is to sit still and like literally just sit there and do nothing. Don't look at your phone. Don't actively think of things you should be doing. If the thoughts do come through, like, oh, I have to do this, I have to do that, just notice the thought, and then, try to let it go. Because when you just sit and do nothing, like, you may not be conscious of what's going on, but your brain is actually processing what happened in the day. Your brain is processing maybe not what happened in only today, but what happened in the week, whatever it is. And if there's anything I've learned through all the therapy I've done, it's that, like, and like, it's like, it's that, if you don't allow yourself, if you don't listen to your body, um, then that's when things go like completely out of whack, and like when I say like listen to your body, um, what I mean by that is like, uh, I guess it's like, that's just like a phrase I've heard a lot, therapists use, but basically listen to your body basically means like, learn to be in tune with what is going on in your body. Like, let's say you're really stressed out, right? And you notice you're stressed. Okay, well, where do you feel the stress in your body? Is your heart like racing? Do you feel your hands starting to sweat? Do you, I don't know, like, do you feel a little bit dizzy? Do you feel out of breath? Like, and once you start noticing those, like right now, I'm feeling a little bit anxious because I have not filmed myself in a while. yeah, so like, you know, just if you feel those things, if you like, whenever you feel an emotion, uh, whenever you feel an emotion, try to notice what you feel in your body, and you know, once you start to like track those emotions, then it get like, I guess that's part of like listening to your body. Then that helps you to kind of like make it to make a decision, or helps you to, I guess like that's how you can understand whether um, you can understand whether or not whew, okay, uh, see, like right now, really good example, and I probably wouldn't normally post this. I'd probably cut the video right now and be like, oh shit, I got a panic attack in the middle of filming, I'm gonna do a take 6. But you know what, since I am making this video about not being perfect and about, you know, listening to your body and learn, uh, yeah, so I guess I'm gonna make an example out of me. So right now, before I even notice, so like I can feel my chest starting to constrict. I feel my hands starting to have a slight tremor. I can feel my heart racing. Um, and these are signs, right? For me, not just for me, but like our body signals to us what we need to do. So, like right now, my body's signaling to me to take a deep breath, or after I make this video, I probably will just sit still so I can, you know, I can process this. Um, but sorry, I feel like this has probably gotten a little bit rambly. But basically, what I'm trying to say is like it's important to sit still. It's so important. You know, I'm gonna give a quote because I feel like that just will sum it up. There's this quote by this spiritual leader. I think that's what he goes by. Well, his name is so he goes Sadhguru. So he he made, well, there's this quote, and he said something like, sitting still is like lubrication for your mind. And I totally agree with that, because just from experience, like whenever I've filled my day to the brim and I've completely ignored signs that my body has been giving me, like, you know, like, oh, my neck is hurting, oh, I'm stressed out, I've just been like, whatever, you know, I'm gonna keep on going, I'm gonna keep on going, I'm gonna keep on going. And eventually, what happens is, like, I'll have a breakdown, or I'll have like migraine that lasts like 2 or 3 days. And you know, and it's like, if we learn to listen to our body, um I'm sorry, like, keep pausing. Yeah, if we learn to listen to our body, and I think that's where like sitting still plays a role, because if you learn to sit still and, you know, just sit and do nothing, then you start to become aware of what is going on in your body, like what, like, you know, when you feel an emotion, what physical sensations go with that, so that 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 kind of information, you learn how to process that information, you learn how to take care of yourself, basically, because I think that's like the one thing that like the society we live in right now has forced upon us, that, you know, we're like, we're supposed to ignore whatever we feel. Like, who cares what you feel? Oh, you're stressed, oh, boo hoo hoo, well, you have work, just, you know, ignore that, be tough, be strong. And it's like, no, like, we're not machines. I mean, if you think about it, we give machines more of a break than we give ourselves. Like, the fact, you know, let's say your laptop, let's say you've had like 20 applications running, and then, you know, you have your, I don't know, you have Illustrator running, and then you have Photoshop, and then you have Safari, and then you have this and that, and then, you know, and then your laptop crashes. Do you yell at your laptop, or do you say, oh, right, my laptop crashed because I had so many applications running and it ran out of storage, and also I didn't charge my laptop? Well, we need to recharge too. And I guess um, also, what was I gonna say? Right. So um, if you like, I just want to say like that, like it's like if that like I guess like to sum it all up, being we've been taught since a young age that being productive is the only thing that gives us value, but that's so not true. Um, you're valuable because you exist. Like your job in life is you to make sure you live, to make sure you're alive, to make sure you survive. Like you're not a product, you're not a machine, you're not just like no matter what society tells you, you're not a machine. And if let's say the last few months or even like before COVID-19, like before that happened, if all you did was like for a long time just sit still, or if you zoned out a lot at work, or you would zone out when you're hanging out with your friends and stuff, like that's fine. That means your body needed you to do that. Your body needed to process all those things, and so it did what it needed to do. And yeah, I guess that's what I want to say is like we're not machines. It's important to sit still, and um, if you you know if you mm, if you do oh if you have like if you just like stared off into space, or if you just did something to distract yourself but you couldn't even pay attention to it, like that's fine. That's totally fine, and that's normal. That means your body needs space, your body is processing, your brain is processing. um yeah, and like our brain is like one of the most powerful tools. Not one of the most, sorry, that's not what I meant. Your brain is literally is like such a powerful tool, and if we can learn to work with our brain, then like it will make life so much easier. um and I think sitting still is part one of learning, like, or the baseline of learning to, I guess, be in tandem with your brain, your mind. Okay, yeah.